Hey, it's the movie guy, out of theater, the action, and the lost lands.
What's up, everybody? It's the movie guy. So I just got home probably about 20 minutes ago from seeing. Sorry for the wind. The wind just started to pick up. It was so good until just a few minutes ago, and the wind started blowing. But I just got home from seeing Paul W.S. Anderson's new movie, In the Lost Lands. And first off, this movie, oh my god, this one's going to be a fun one to talk about. This movie had a budget of like 55 million, and it just barely cracked $1 million this weekend. Oh my god. The score was done by Paul Haslinger, who did Blue Crush with Kate Bosworth and Michelle Rodriguez. He also did Crank, which I love the Crank movies. He also did two of the Underworld movies. He did the first one, and I think he did Awakening. So I love the Underworld movies. Oh, okay. First off, some of the good, and this is going to be a non-spoiler. So this was a short story done by George R.R. Martin, who wrote Game of Thrones, which I've never seen Game of Thrones. And it was like a post-apocalyptic world, and Mila played a witch, and Dave Bautista was like a bounty hunter, and there was like this like church cult people that was hunting her down. She did this like really cool effect where she can look into people's eyes and trick them and stuff. I gotta admit, that was like a really cool effect. Like, that was actually cool. The world looked really cool. It was like shot like done like 300 in a sense. So some of that world looked really cool. Some of the costumes were kind of cool. The score was really good. There was one point where the score played and it was like, that kind of sounds like Blade Runner 2049. Dave Bautista was this bounty hunter, but is he really a bounty hunter? No spoilers there, but he was kind of cool. They had this action scene on this school bus, where it's not really a spoiler, but they're on like one side of this like rock cliff, and this school bus is tied to this wire to get them to the other side. And they have this big action scene. Batista's character, the bounty hunter, and Mila's character, and fighting these like church cult people that are hunting down the witch and stuff. And it's actually really cool. I gotta admit, that was a really cool scene. But oh my god, some of the bad, I swear to god, like Paul W.S. Anderson was coked out of his mind when he wrote this movie. Like, I feel like he was just flipping out like, oh my god, like, we're gonna include Dave Bautista and Mila, and there's gonna be this like cool, like post-apocalyptic world, and we're gonna put a witch in there, and there's gonna be like these church cult people and all these like cool looking costumes and stuff and everything. And I feel like he was just coked out of his mind when he wrote this script. The dialogue was so bad. It was so bad between some of the characters. Oh my god. It was just so bad. Some of the characters in the movie, it just like, why were they even there? What was their purpose? It didn't explain it at all. It was just so bad. Another thing, Mila's character was called White Alice. There's so many names that you could have called her. You could have called her the White Witch of the Outlands. You could have called her Rebecca. You could have called her Samantha, something. But you had to call her Alice, her same character from the Resident Evil movies. I'm like, are you kidding me? There's like so much throwback to Resident Evil. They kept doing these like close-up shots to her eye, and I remember my daughter saying, I'm waiting for the umbrella symbol to show up in her eye. There was this train that reminded me so much of the very first Resident Evil. There was this one church cult person that was hunting down Dave Bautista's character, where the way he carried his sword, his big thick sword from the back, it looked like the executioner from Afterlife. Oh my god, it was just so bad. I had no idea that something as worse as Flight Risk could top this, but it did. This was a 1 out of 10. I gotta look back through my movie reviews on YouTube to see when is the last time, or if ever, I gave a movie a 1 out of 10. This was a hot steaming pile of Taco Bell diarrhea. This was a big giant wet fart. It was so bad. Two back-to-back movies that were bad. Well, this one was like garbage. At least Mickey 17 was just bad, because I think I gave that like a 3.3 out of 10. At least there was some really, I mean, so did In the Lost Land, had a couple of cool stuff, but I just thought, even though Mickey 17 was a bad movie, that was still a more enjoyable bad movie than anything. But oh man, it was just like, the plot was weird, because it was like, even though in this post-apocalyptic, they had these like church cult people that was like hunting down the White Witch and stuff and everything. It was just like, oh my god, it was a movie. It was a movie. I'll just leave it right there. So, I'm just hoping, I think Novocaine's opening up this week, which I'm going to go see it Thursday night, which I'm very excited about. But I'm hoping that one won't be 3 for 3, which that'll be a bad movie too. But I think that's going to be really good. But anyway, it's the Movie Guy, and that's my out of theater reaction. Have a great day, everybody. I'll talk to you later.